It's LCJ Live. It's Sunday, July 27, 2025. Happy 18th anniversary to the Simpsons movie, and welcome to the show. Good to be with you here as we celebrate another $100 million plus opening weekend for a movie here at the box office. We've had a few of these now this summer, and including one just 2 weeks ago, and now we've got another one. We are going to talk all about the Fantastic Four First Steps. How did it do this weekend? I'll tell you here in a moment. Coming up on LCJ Live. As always, send in your questions, your comments. Thanks for being here. If you're watching on YouTube Live, thank you. We've got the hat. We've got my comic from the year 1970. That's right. This is a Fantastic Four comic from 1970. I did a little reading, a little research ahead of seeing the Fantastic Four First Steps on Thursday. Also, let's shout out these that I got in advance. Little Caesars, Pizza. Here's Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richards, played by Pedro Pascal. I'm sure I saw him signing some stuff during the wild and wacky press tour. Maybe he'd sign this if I ever got the chance to meet him. And we have The Thing, Eben Moss Bacharach from The Bear. I wanted his performance to be better in this because he's very good on The Bear, but the problem is when you have all those visual effects, the facial expressions, the tone of the voice, everything, it just, you don't get to do as much. I wanted to like the Fantastic Four First Steps much more. The 60s-esque aura is fine, the visuals are fine, but I had a problem with the cast and the low-key nature of their performances and the villain choices and just the overall vibe. The box office this weekend for it is $118 million. That's a little bit lower than what Superman opened to 2 weekends ago. The estimate on that was 122 and ended up doing 125. So what happened? Early reports I'm seeing suggest maybe not as many families went to see it. I will agree with that. I also think this is a movie that is not worthy of repeat business. It's mostly a drama that follows a very straightforward arc. And I'm not sure that a lot of people are going to want to see it again and again. Superman, I like the casting better, particularly of Superman and Lois Lane. And it was a little more upbeat. I don't think it's a great movie by any means, but if I had to watch one of the two again, I would sit through Superman again because of its positive nature. Though I love this hat for celebrating Fantastic Four, and I love the pizza boxes. I honestly think that Superman is a slightly better movie than Fantastic Four First Steps. We're already seeing it in the box office. The worldwide open is nearly identical, but the edge still goes to Superman as of now. Marvel will take this as a win, but I honestly think Disney was hoping they could have a bigger number this weekend than what Superman did. So in the box office opening weekend battle of the superheroes of the summer, Superman defeats the Fantastic Four. But Superman did drop a little this weekend, down to 24.9 million. It's at 289.5 domestically, over $500 million worldwide. Fanimator 101 going to see Bad Guys 2 Thursday. Can't wait for the new Gumball season tomorrow. Yes, my conversation with the makers of The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball is at animationscoop.com and lcj.podbean.com. We'll see if the Gumball movie is happening. So yeah, Superman dropped a little bit. It's closing in on 300 million. Remember, Man of Steel only did 291, so this is certainly passing that, and it's over $500 million worldwide. It won't get to $1 billion, but we'll see what the difference is between Fantastic Four and Superman when it comes to the overall summer box office globally when all is said and done. Number 3 is Jurassic World Rebirth, which added 13 million. It's up to 301.5 million domestically. We're still a ways away from that 376 of Dominion from 2022, but worldwide, we're at 718.4 million. That's significantly above some of these other summer movies, but it's not going to get to $1 billion. Number 4 this weekend is F1, which added 6.2 million. It's at 165.6, over $500 million globally. Congratulations to F1. It's doing really well overseas, doing all right here domestically. The drops are getting smaller, which is good. Scott Stallion just looked at my local theater. What the heck is House on Eden? I think it's a horror movie. There's so many horror movies that are out now. And, I've seen a few this year, but there are some that I'm just like, I'm going to pass for now. I got other movies or shows to watch or other things to do. creepy, crazy horror movies that most of them are probably the same. I mean, in the end, um, stand out different. Any of them, there's just so many of them. I don't have time for all these horror movies. I didn't see The Home with Pete Davidson, which we don't have the money on yet, but maybe it'll make about $1 million. Mike Sargent saw it. He reviews that. I review Happy Gilmore 2. It's terrible. And we both review Fantastic Four on the next episode of Too Fast, Two Films, coming at you soon at toofast2films.com. I know Together is coming out this week. I don't know if I'm going to see it. It doesn't look that great to me. Weapons, we'll see. We're getting to the point where it's like, gosh, there's too many horror movies out there, and not enough of them are different, and not enough of them are bold, and they all look the same. And yeah, The Home looks rough, says Scott Stallion. Yeah, Mike thought it was okay, kind of went off the rails in the third act. He thought Pete Davidson was all right. Number 5 this weekend goes to Smurfs, 5.4 million. It's at 22.8. It's doing better overseas. The global total is 69 million, so it's doing better overseas. But it's too bad. It's not going to get to that 45 million even of Smurfs The Lost Village from 2017. The appeal of the Smurfs here in North America just isn't there like it was back in 2011. Scott also says Together and Weapons look more interesting than The Home and some of this other stuff. Yeah, but Together, I feel like the trailer shows you everything. I saw the trailer again for it before Eddington. And Weapons, I don't know if I've heard good things, but I'm not sure that I'm interested in seeing that. It doesn't look that powerful to me, but we'll see. Maybe I'll go see it. I'm still debating whether I'm going to see Freakier Friday, because listen, I support Lindsay Lohan with her comeback and all these movies, and Parent Trap is a top 10 movie of all time for me. It looks so bad, and Jamie Lee Curtis is everywhere. That's a blog post I have at lights-camera-jackson.com. Jamie Lee Curtis continues to be everywhere. On press tours, when talking about different topics and things, she's everywhere. And this performance of hers just looks so goofy and crazy. But I will give Disney credit for bringing it to theaters instead of just having it go to Disney Plus. Because look at Lilo and Stitch making $1 billion worldwide, and that could have been a direct to Disney Plus release. Pete Crooks, horror films tend to be much more original than these awful superhero movies and live-action remakes. Weapons is really cool. Sometimes, but I didn't see Bring Her Back. I didn't see, the horror movie of the week. It's like the movie of the week now. It's, on network television, they used to do the movie of the week and all that. I don't know. I mean, some work, some don't. I'll catch up on a few things maybe later in the year. We'll see. Barbarian. I didn't see Barbarian. And the other thing is, I don't like to be so offensively grossed out or disturbed. There are some, like, I didn't see Final Destination. I don't need that. And there are others. Number 6, I Know What You Did Last Summer. I didn't see this either. And it's not making money. Only 5.1 million. It's at 23.6 for Sony Columbia. Sony Columbia is having a tough year. 28 years later, a movie I also didn't see. But I still seek out the documentaries, the animated films, the indie gems, the smaller movies, and the big stuff. Unfortunately, I've sat through 2 horrible comedies in Happy Gilmore 2 and Medea's Destination Wedding, and boy, I hope Naked Gun is not make it a trifecta. I hope that Naked Gun is funny. I'll be seeing Naked Gun this week. I'll be seeing Bad Guys 2 this week. We'll get into that in a little bit. But yeah, I Know What You Did Last Summer is not making money. 28 years later didn't make a lot of money. Strangers Chapter 2, is that really going to make money? I don't know about that. Number 7, How to Train Your Dragon, 2.8 million. It's at 257 million domestically, over $600 million globally. So Universal's happy about that. Got over $500 million. We're at 600. How to Train Your Dragon 2 opens in a couple years. I will agree that when you do a live-action remake, that it's basically the same movie. There is no originality there either. How to Train Your Dragon, Lilo and Stitch. I did not watch the new Netflix doc on PI Moms. I watched the one on, I can't remember the name of the company. It was the fashion apparel company. American, I can't think of it right now. I watched that one. It was okay. It wasn't great. I did watch episodes of a new season of a TV show last night that I cannot tell you about yet, but let's just say it got juicy again. So looking forward to sharing some thoughts on that with you soon. We don't have the money yet on some films, but I can tell you that Eddington only added 1.7 million this weekend. It's at 8.1. It will pass the 8.2 million of Beau is Afraid, but not nearly what Ari Aster's previous movies did. So that's disappointing for A24 for a movie that I don't completely hate, but there's not much there. It's like an amalgamation. It takes everything that happened in 2020 and just throws it onto this one town as a representation, but you can't fully take it seriously because most of it plays like a farce. It didn't come together. Oh Hi. Speaking of a movie that didn't come together, a movie that I just think is flat, doesn't have much to say in the romantic comedy genre. It does some really silly things that don't work and some dumb things. Some unlikable characters who do a lot of dumb things. Oh Hi only made about 1.1 million this weekend. And if you look at the Friday numbers, you would be saying, well, wait a second. If it did 743,000 on Friday, how come it only made 1.1 million for the entire weekend? Well, a couple things. Number one, that 743 includes the Thursday numbers. Number two, I believe that number also includes the fact that it was the Regal Monday Mystery Movie and AMC Screen Unseen back on July 7th, 3 weeks ago. So I think all of that money went into that 743, and then you have now the rest of it, which is only what? $360,000 from yesterday and today, which isn't that good for a movie that's not that good. Molly Gordon, so much better on The Bear. Same with Evan Moss-Bacharach. If you're just joining us and you didn't see my pizza boxes from Little Caesars, grabbed these when the promotion started, got a couple pizzas and was like, yeah, Fantastic Four pizza boxes. Really cool. I like that one. I also got Mr. Fantastic. I didn't get all four, but I got these two, and they're pretty cool. They are cool. I like the bold designs of them. It's pretty nice. And also, if you're just joining us here and you didn't see this comic, this is from 1970. Fantastic Four comic from the LCJ archives. All this stuff goes into the LCJ archives. I love showing things off from the LCJ archives. American Apparel. Thank you, Scott. Yes, the one on American Apparel, which was okay. It was a little straightforward of a documentary episode. Scott might see Eddington tonight. See how it is. It's 2 hours and 25 minutes, and it feels it, and it's one of those movies that, I don't know, it doesn't fully work. The whole plot of him trying to become the mayor from the beginning, I thought, oh, this is clunky, and then it goes down some directions. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Elio added 957,000. It's at 71.5. Lilo and Stitch added 917,000. It's at 420.2 million domestically. $1 billion worldwide. And we have any others? I don't have the money yet on Sayara, but that could end up in the top 10. And Sorry Baby added about $400,000 for A24 in a mild expansion. So this week we have Together. That's out on Wednesday from Neon. They've held early pay previews of that nationwide. So that money will go into the initial box office for that. Dave Franco, Alison Brie. We had that controversy about who really came up with the concept of it. That's out there. I don't know. Maybe I'll catch up on it. Maybe not. I don't know. I just don't think it. Once you see the concept, you're like, is there more to it? And from that trailer, it doesn't seem like there's much more to it. Naked Gun. We've got Liam Neeson, Pamela Anderson. They've been promoting the crap out of this movie. And Paul Walter Hauser's in it too. And they're trying to basically make you say, you need to go to the movies to laugh again. We'll see if it works. Apparently, it's only an hour 25. That's really short. And people are like, I gotta pay $15 for only 80 minutes plus credits? It better be good. It better be funny. Kiva Schaffer and Seth MacFarlane involved, so it better be funny. Bad Guys 2. I'm looking forward to it. DreamWorks animation sequel to the 2022 film that made $97 million domestically. This has got to do $100 million. And I think one of the reasons why it'll do that is because a lot of families did not see Smurfs. A lot of families didn't see Elio. We still haven't had a fully animated film earn at least $100 million this year domestically. So this is going to be the movie that does that. Bad Guys 2 is going to play all the way through Labor Day weekend, maybe beyond that. DreamWorks also has Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie, for September 22nd, 6th, I think, something like that. So they've got August and September for DreamWorks Animation Films in theaters, and I think Bad Guys 2, I hope it's fun. I hope it's entertaining. I hope it's unique and creative and bold and stylized. And the first movie had a lot of that tone to it. It was like a Quentin Tarantino movie in some spots. It was this cool action movie and comedy and these characters and just silliness too for kids to have fun in this now latter part of the summer before a lot of kids got to go back to school. I hope it's fun. I hope it's good. I hope it can do a $30 million opening weekend. That would be nice for DreamWorks. Because the first movie, what did it open to, like 25 or something? It wasn't a huge opening weekend, but it had legs to get it to 97 million in the spring of 2022. So I think this could do pretty well. I still think Fantastic Four will be on top unless the momentum for Bad Guys is huge. Naked Gun, it'll depend on the reviews and the vibe and if people are wanting to see it. It could do 15 to 20 million. It could do less. It depends on the reviews. The early buzz seems to be positive, but we'll see what happens. But I would say Fantastic Four #1 again, and Bad Guys 2 should be #2. And if it's not, I think DreamWorks and Universal will be a little disappointed. Podcast episode tomorrow with the makers, creator, or series director, excuse me, of Tim Rex in Space, new Nickelodeon animated series. So look for that tomorrow. AnimationScoop.com and LCJ.podbean.com. Have a few other podcast episodes in the can. That'll be coming later this summer, recording a couple more early this week. That'll be available later this summer when some embargoes lift and when some shows and movies are closer to their premieres. Excited to pass 400 episodes of the LCJ Q&A podcast, and we're almost to 250 episodes of the Too Fast, Two Films podcast. So that is very exciting. Let's see. Heard the director. I've interviewed the director of Naked Gun. He's fantastic. Yes, Akiva Schaffer. Spoke with him for Chippendale Rescue Rangers. Yes, that was 2022. And then talked with Andy Samberg in 2023 for Digman. And that was, they were both fun to speak with. And what is the obsession with box office? What matters is quality originality entertainment. So many great movies that find an audience. You know what I think is so important about box office in a top 10 list is it keeps movies in the conversation. You keep movies with that have legs, small drops, a movie like F1 and so many of these others. It keeps movies in the conversation as opposed to throwing something on a streamer. It's watched for 3 days and then is forgotten about because you move on. This top 10 list, and I've been following this box office now, weekend box office, for over 20 years. Since even before I became Lights, Camera, Jackson. That was January 2006. This was June of 2005. I started following the box office weekly. And it's about keeping movies in the conversation and supporting the theaters and money and finances and allowing studios to make other movies because of other movies and the opportunities that some films have and award season and all of that. It matters. The box office matters. And I enjoy bringing it all to you here every Sunday at noon Eastern here on LCJ Live. When we are back here next Sunday, we'll take a look at that box office for Bad Guys 2, Naked Gun, and the 5-day open of Together. Plus, we will preview how Freakier Friday and Weapons will do. Weapons, we'll see, maybe in the 20s, and Freakier Friday, I still think, can do up to $70 million. Freaky Friday is on ABC next Sunday to get people ready for Freakier Friday. Thanks for being here for today's episode of LCJ Live. As always, subscribe to the channel. We go live every Sunday at noon Eastern. Go to lights-camera-jackson.com, X at LCJ Reviews, Instagram at lightscamjackson, and all the socials, all the things I'm bringing you here for LCJ Live and then the Lights Camera Jackson cinematic universe. When we're back here next time, we'll talk about all that. Got some cool announcements, some fun stuff I'm working on, and some things I'll bring to you later this summer. Have a fantastic Sunday, and maybe you want some pizza too. Have a great weekend, rest of your weekend. Have a good week, and I'll see you in the month of August here on LCJ Live. Bye-bye.